We had no idea what was going to happen in just a few hours, but when Operation Just Cause kicked in, everyone in Panama City knew.
And it was pretty quiet. And then I remember getting off shift and going back to my house. I lived in a house in the 600 area, and we were me and a couple other guys were sitting around just hanging out. And I can remember hearing the helicopters fly in, blackout, nap of the earth, and then looking out, and we could see Chorrillo from our house, and we could see that it was on fire, and we knew something was up then.
I was watching The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and all of a sudden a crawl came across the screen that we were on PML Echo, which had never happened before. It's like, you know, the top PML movement. And I told my family something must have happened. It was real drastic. CNN broke into the broadcast saying that a large amount of 101st Airborne troops were heading to Panama in the 82nd Airborne on C-130s. About a half hour later, just like in the movies, I could hear the hum of the airplanes coming in. And all of a sudden, you started hearing the anti-aircraft fire. You'd see tracer bullets all throughout Panama, red and green. I don't know who had the red, who had the green, but they were crisscrossing each other all through the city of Panama.
I can remember that night very well because a mortar round went off, and I can remember jumping out of my bed and ending up on the floor underneath my bed thinking, oh my God, what is going on here?
Then you start hearing the explosions, the detonations going down throughout different points. I would call up friends of mine in different parts of the city, and they would tell me, you know, like, yeah, you know, like Panama Viejo, you know, it's the detachment there is blown up, Cuban Airport, the National Guard headquarters by Chorrillo were also being attacked, and so on.
The practice paid off. SCN had the studio up and running in minutes. The script announcing the invasion was complete. There was only the matter of delivering it.
I want you to deliver this as if you're delivering the weather, because your demeanor, your nonverbals, if you will, and how you come across is going to translate to the people watching. And if you're tense, they're going to be tense. If you're calm and comfortable about it, they're going to be calm and comfortable about it. And the young sergeant did it magnificently.
This is a Southcom special announcement. Once again, this is a Southcom special announcement. The command is currently at PML Echo. All personnel should stay in place. Because of recent actions by the Noriega regime, the President of the United States has ordered military action against the Panama Defense Forces. The purpose of this action is to ensure the protection of U.S. personnel and U.S. facilities and guarantee the future safe operation of the Panama Canal. There is fighting throughout Panama, and all personnel should remain at home. Remain in place. All U.S. schools are closed until further notice, and all movement except by U.S. military forces is prohibited. Whether you live on a U.S. defense site or in any area of Panama, stay off the streets, stay away from doors and windows, ensure you and your children do not go outside, and do not interfere with any U.S. maneuvers. These operations are not directed against the people of Panama, but rather Noriega, who has been indicted in the U.S. on drug trafficking charges, and the Panama Defense Forces, who are responsible for continued harassment and even the murder of a U.S. military officer. PML Echo is in effect. There is a threat to the lives of U.S. personnel. If you live on a defense site or military area of coordination, stay there. Travel to or through any area not on a defense site or military area of coordination is not authorized except for U.S. military forces. All exchanges, commissaries, etc. are closed until further notice. Limit your use of the telephone to emergency calls only. Hospital emergency rooms only are open. All other routine clinic appointments are canceled. Again, we are currently in PML Echo. Stay tuned to SCN Radio and Television for further advisories. This has been a Southcom special announcement.
As in 1968, the President of Panama came onto Fort Clayton. In a house on Colonel's Row, Guillermo Endara, Ricardo Arias Calderon, and Guillermo Ford were sworn in before SCN's news crew as the duly elected President and Vice Presidents of the Republic of Panama. Once again, when history happened, SCN was there to document the event. Even during a serious matter like Just Cause, there are weird and funny moments. SCN FM went total request during the invasion, taking our audience's song suggestions, hopefully keeping them engaged and listening so they hear the latest information. Shortly after Noriega fled into the papal nuncio for sanctuary, we started getting requests for songs, and we noticed all the songs had a particular message in their lyrics. We wondered what was up, and finally checked the TV and saw on CNN someone had set up stadium-sized speakers around the papal nuncio, and they were blasting Noriega with rock and roll. Just to set the record straight, that was psychological operations doing, not SCN's. On January 3rd, Noriega surrendered and was flown out of Panama. And if you're wondering what song was most requested during the sonic assault on Noriega, the most requested was the Bobby Fuller Fours' I Fought the Law, and the law won.